Hello, hello. How are you? I'm inside tonight because I decided I didn't want to get eat up by bugs. Hey, Lisa Colovi, welcome. Chilly, New York? What do you mean? What's going on over there? You got cold weather? Good day, Daz. Thanks for coming to moderate. We're glad it's a pleasure to have you here. So we'll give everybody a chance to get in. Like I said, I'm inside because I was outside a few minutes ago, and usually we don't have a problem with bugs, but the bugs were starting to drive me a little bit crazy. And I said, no, we're going to be inside tonight. How's everybody's week been? It's been exhausting here. We've been so busy with work, working a lot of hours and doing all that stuff and then coming home. Yeah, Daz, I get it. You can't type, you're in wake up mode. I'm in bed mode right now. Just tired, Lisa, you were saying it went from hot to needing a jacket, crazy weather, but still not as crazy as your weather there. Yeah, we were at 97 in Rapid City, which is about an hour from us, and it was in the upper 80s here, and then a front moved through, and even though we didn't get the rain last night or the hail, we ended up having cool weather move in, and I don't know, is it in the 70s here? I'm gonna look it up. Hey, River Rock, welcome, welcome. Glad to have you here. You can come and vibe with us. But yeah, I'm gonna look real quick. It's 66 here now. So it's pretty cool. But yeah, it is crazy. Hey, Josh, the homesteader, welcome, welcome. So Daz, if you would just do me a favor and throw in River Rock and Josh's channels. I know Lisa doesn't have a channel, but just to throw them in there, see who else joins us. Because I'd like to get the word out for everybody's channel because everybody's been so good to us and I want to return the favor. So tonight I wanted to talk a little bit about, like homesteading and YouTubing, Hey, homesteading pastor, welcome, welcome. But yeah, so why do all of us homesteaders YouTube? I think we have big dreams of making it rich so we can stop working full time and stay home to homestead. I know I started it because I was like, oh, it'd be great to, do our journey, have it online. And it's been really cool because I went back and I looked at our first videos and they were horrible. And it was just so cool to look back and see that we really had come so far, because I think back to all the projects we did, like the chicken coop, and we moved a building, the meat bird coop, we moved that by hand. Ryan literally was sitting there with a big tall pole and he was using that with, I think it was like a 4x4 piece of wood or a big rock. And he was trying to just do that by leverage. He moved an entire building about 50 feet between trees and everything. And I wish I would have had that on tape, on video. I think I have like one little clip, but it was back before we started YouTubing. So it's a shame because it would be so neat to have that. But yeah, it was really neat. And then I, look forward to when we had moved Sherman's house, and we moved it with the side-by-side with the winch. And I mean, that was just so much easier. So like things like that are really cool to see. And so I wish we would have had that, but it was neat to go back and look at all the different things that we've done over the past year. And it's a real big sense of pride, So I think the other thing is, and I'm sorry, I've got the computer on my lap and I'm just trying to keep it from, every time I move my legs, it wobbles. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Like, what are some of the reasons that you guys chose to do, YouTube for your homestead and stuff? I mean, I used to watch YouTube all the time for, just to learn stuff and all the reasons everybody else does it. But I think at one point I just decided, I really want to see if I can get monetized, share our world at the same time, and sort of document it. But yeah, the monetization is really a cool goal to do. But, after a while, it's a real full-time job trying to do all this. So I think that's why we do our consistent posts twice a week. We try to do lives once a week. But we try to keep it manageable. But at the same time, like, I think to myself, can you imagine if you're one of the channels that make it, right? And you know who they are. Like, you look at the Arms Family Homestead, you look at Homesteady, you look at Keeping It Dutch, and who's the other one? Oh, I want to mention her name because yeah, Daz, you're doing great. You're doing great. I appreciate you. It's not like we've got thousands of people in here. We've got the important people in here, right? That's what I say. We've got the important people in here. But I wanted to mention this channel because I really like her. Hold on one second, because I don't know why I'm drawing a blank. This is ridiculous. It is C&J Funny Farm. C&J Funny Farm, Claire, she's great, and she started her channel. She literally just does chores half the time with her animals, and it's just so enjoyable, and a lot of people like it. They come to see the animals, and she's a huge channel. Can you imagine having to go through all the comments on those channels? I said, it's funny. I wake up in the morning and I'm so blessed when I see like 15 comments, 20 comments. And I'm like, wow, can you imagine the thousands of comments they get? It's wild, I want to go back and look at some of so let's see. So yeah, Daz is doing the linky thing and we appreciate him. I appreciate all of you for being here. I really do, because you are the core of all the people who've been supporting us, and we can't thank you enough. I just want to let you guys know that. And I see River Rock just subscribed to Josh. Yeah, River Rock, you're going to love it. Josh, and I keep saying this and I drive Josh nuts, but he has rabbits and he does not have them in cages like most people do. And this is why I absolutely love what he does. I feel like he goes into this area. It's like a little fenced in area. He's got housing and everything. And I just think it's the greatest way to raise rabbits. And it's always appealed to me because I have never seen anyone else do it. And I love that Josh goes in there and he's interacting with his animals. And it just looks so great. Let's see here. Adam made me start a channel. Probably got tired of me just telling him about it. Is that Adam from Like a Bully who made you do that? Josh, I'm just curious. And then River Rock said we did it as a digital photo album, for lack of a better word, for our daughter. She'll hopefully look back and think I had a really cool childhood. Supplemental income was kind of secondary. Yeah. And I think that's the reality. We all try to do it. We do it for our own reasons, right? And then we can sit there and look back and also say, wow, how cool is this that I also turned it into some income, right? So I think that's real important. And I think a lot of us are doing all the things that we want to do to get our information out there. And I think what we find once we put our stuff out there is we find that we're really making an impact on the world, and that people are getting something out of our channel. I'm amazed that when people comment and say something like, wow, I never heard to put Vaseline on the little baby chicks for pasty butt to prevent it. I never heard of that before. That was really cool. Thank you. That's really cool. I love it when you impact somebody. Homesteading Pastor said Roots and Refuge is a good channel to watch. Yeah, I've watched her. She's awesome. Bloomer, red pilled girl. It's peaceful watching people work with their animals. It is. And I think it's really peaceful for us with our animals. I know for us, we've really enjoyed either watching videos of animals or really enjoyed, coming home to our animals has been really good for our mental health, So I think that's really cool. And the homesteading pastor said, also celebrating Appalachia with Ms. Tipper Presley is a great channel to watch. That's really cool. Thank you. I'm glad to hear that. I hadn't heard of that channel before. I'll have to go check it out. Let's see here. And then we've got like a Billy Adam, LOL. I need to crawl around the bunny fence line. Some of the little ones keep ending up in the duck run. Yeah, I can imagine. I hope you guys have all watched my Aussie Garden and Kitchen. He's moderating tonight. That's Daz in Australia, and he's got some really, really good videos on there. Today he posted one of a kangaroo, and I want to see that. I haven't had a chance to take a look at it. It was a long day at work. But yeah, I'm dreaming of quitting my job so I can stay home with the animals. But it's been a long week, like I said. I love Roosts and Refuge's tomatoes. Yeah, no kidding. And Daz says I started a channel as I stay home 100% of the time and don't talk to people at all due to agoraphobia from trauma. I've not met some people who I actually consider friends. And that's a great outlet for you. And again, I really love, Daz, that you talked about that in your video, and you guys should go check it out. As you guys know, mental health and addiction is something I work with, and I'm really loving that Daz was talking out and combating some of the stigma around mental health, and I really think that's great. And Daz, I think this is a great outlet, so I'm really excited. And Blue Merle Red Pilled Girl, I feel like I'm saying that wrong. I have chickens, ducks, horses, goats, dogs, cats, and that is where I go to pray and reflect early morning and then go to watch Adler Farms. Nice. And we're really glad to have you. Do you have a channel? Because if you do, we want to be able to put your link up in the chat, so that way we can get some attention for your channel, because that's what it's all about. I mean, what we've learned is it's amazing. The support in this community has blown me away. And, we've never met River Rock or Josh or Daz and the homesteading pastor. And yet everybody's come together and supporting one another, which is so amazing. And we really like it. So that's really cool. Okay. No channel there. So Blue Merle Red Pilled Girl, if you could just confirm if you have a channel or not, because if you do, we want to put it up, but the moderator doesn't see it there, so we just wanted to double check. Hey, Andale Homestead in the Colony. Welcome. Glad to have you here. We were just talking about being homesteaders and YouTubing and, this wonderful community of people we've never met, but they're all here supporting us. I'd like to stay home also, but my hubby beat me to it. I also work in substance abuse and mental health. No channel yet. Okay, great. Well, thank you. That's real exciting. That's exciting. The homesteading pastor is a really nice person with great content. Yes, he is. Watch his channel all the time with his wife and the kids. That's really cool. And yeah, we do have a really cool community. And River Rock said our pigs are officially gone, just goats for a week or two. How many pounds did they end up being? Do you know? We've got Maggie and Winston, and they won't get processed until the fall. We still don't have a date for the processor, so we may end up doing it ourselves. We're not quite sure yet. We haven't figured it out. We've been trying to get a date since last year and have not been able to get a date. We've had a name on a cancellation list. No go. So, but we've got them, so we're committed. So they will definitely be processed later on in the fall. And we'll have to do things and figure things out then. Right now, we've got about 30 meat birds, and we have Cornish cross, and then we have some bourbon red turkeys in the brooder. They're really cool. Oh, Mott's Family Homestead. So nice to see you. Yeah, I'm feeling relaxed tonight. Just exhausted, quite honestly. I was telling everybody it's been a long week for all of us, but we're glad you're here. It's really exciting. And River Rock said the hang weight was 104 and 96. Very cool. Very cool. That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, Maggie and Winston, we had planned to keep them a little longer, but we've changed our mind. So we'll see how they do. But Maggie is a brute. She's really, really big. So we'll see how that goes. But the Kuni pigs are going to be a smaller breed. We're hoping that the Maggie and Winston are large enough to be able to get us through until we have the piglets, and then we are able to grow them out. So hopefully the Maggie and Winston will be pretty big pigs. Come on, Diesel, you going to come up and say hi? Trying to get Diesel to come up here. But you don't tell a bulldog what to do, as everybody knows. The homesteading pastor said, I started our channel mainly to share God's word and to share our life journey with the 4 kids, especially our 2 special needs kids and our animals. Now Mrs. Robbie Lynn has gotten on board. You got her. She's there. Yeah, that's really cool. I think that's awesome. And yeah, I mean, that's what's really neat. And she's been doing a great job with everything. I know the strawberry thing, and she's been doing a lot more videos. She's doing really, really well. She's getting more comfortable in front of the camera. That's really cool. So let her know I said that. But yeah, we're enjoying it. And so we're getting ready to move the Cornish cross out. The Cornish cross and the turkeys. The brooder is disgusting. I'm just going to say, I've never raised Cornish cross. We all know what they do all day long. So the brooder is really disgusting. So we have decided we're going to move them outside since it's going to be really hot next week. And so that way, we've had the heat lamp off. They're pretty much fully feathered. So we're going to see how that goes. And we're going to put them out with the turkeys. And then we're debating on what to do with the ducks. We thought about putting the ducks in with Sherman to see if it keep him company for a bit. So we'll check that out. But, oh, now Diesel wants to play. Look at this. That's Diesel. But Bruno says hi. Hello, Bruno. Yeah, we hope this weekend is a restful one too. And I see Josh said Kelsey is laying on me hard to type. Diesel always comes over here to play instead of coming like right here where I can play with him. So I'm going to see if I can get him up on the couch. Come on, Deez. Come on, Diesel. Come see everybody. Come on, Diesel. He's literally standing there looking at me with a toy in his mouth. But yeah, we're just, like I said, we're exhausted, but we're really excited with all the stuff that we've got going on. So like I said, we're going to move the meat birds out and also move out the turkeys. And hey, Free Handly Maid, welcome, welcome. Glad to have you here. So we're going to do that. Then we're going to move the ducks and put them somewhere else, maybe with Sherman. And then we wanted to try and dry out the meat bird run to make sure that it dries out, because the ducks made it a real wet area, but we just haven't had the opportunity to be able to do so. Then we're going to finish the pasture fencing, and we're going to get Eleanor and Fiona moved out in the big pasture fencing. If you have not seen those videos, check it out. It's slow going because the time that we do it is we do it on the weekend. And so tomorrow we're going to have a bunch of people over for a cookout. So we're actually going to have a nice relaxing day. And then we plan to work on that on Sunday. And then we also plan to try to finish that up. But we really want to get Eleanor and Fiona in that space, and then get Sherman in there. And we want to get Maggie and Winston in there. So we're going to this big area, we're going to section it in 3. Because Maggie and Winston need a little more area. They love their waller that they have, but we just want them out to get some grass because they really like it. Oh, happy anniversary, Pastor. 34 years of marriage tomorrow. Yay! That's so great. Shout out to you guys. That's wonderful. And Josh says that Kelsey put on so much weight, I still can't hardly believe she lived. Well, really, really glad she's doing well. We're in South Dakota, Free Handly Maid. We are in the southern Black Hills of South Dakota. So we are loving it. And it's just, we finally got to our beautiful time of the year, which is so awesome. So we are excited about that. Oh, Diesel, don't start barking. And then Mon's Family Homestead, congrats to y'all on 34. We just celebrated 32. Happy anniversary, Mon's Family Homestead. That's awesome. We are coming up on 20 years this year in July. We will be married 20 years, so we're really excited. Yeah, Free Hanley, exactly. It's not too far, but it's a drive, but doable. Absolutely. Yeah, everybody hit that like button. Thank you, Daz. You're doing a great job. Everybody give Daz a round of applause. He's moderating tonight. Oh, good. I'm glad Free Hanley made your cough is almost gone. Wonderful. And Bloomerl Red Pill Girl said we've checked that out, considering there, North Dakota or Florida. That's a big change. Tell me why North Dakota, South Dakota, or Florida? I'm curious because that's huge. Florida is really neat. And I feel like, but I know for me, the hot weather is a struggle and the humidity really kills me. I do well out here because when it gets really hot, it's dry. We literally, like I've told you guys before, we can water our gardens twice a day and they dry up. Yeah, we do need a meetup here for sure. Absolutely, Free Hanley mate. I couldn't agree more. I tried to do a meetup. I was on Instagram a bunch of times, and I did put out this thing where I was like, "Hey, any YouTubers from South Dakota or the area, you want to come here? You want to do a meetup? Let's get together." Because I know the Oklahoma meetup was awesome, but it was too far for us to get to because we had no one to take care of the animals and getting down there and taking off from work and all that stuff. So yeah, I would really love to do a meetup up here, but unfortunately I've not had a response. I've posted it several times, and I know that there's a bunch of channels in South Dakota. So either I know they follow me on Instagram, so I'm assuming they're not interested. But I wasn't going to push it. But so just the area and the politics. Yeah, we've really settled into South Dakota well. I'm going to say that. We really, really like South Dakota. Yeah, there's some brutal winters. There's some hard weather and all that stuff. We love it. We love it. I would rather cool weather. Like my favorite thing is to walk around in a hooded sweatshirt and jeans. And that makes my day. Hot and sweating, not happy about it. But I really enjoy the fact that we have a short window of it during the summer. I love having the gardens come up and all that. So yeah. Yeah, Montana's a red state. Love it here. Absolutely. Absolutely. And yeah, Daz, you were making a comment about don't forget to comment on and like on people's videos if you sub to make it stick. Do not mention the sub words as YouTube may not let it stick as they look for subs. Very, very true. The other thing is I heard a tip today that was if you watch 2 videos all the way through, if you subscribe, watch 2 videos all the way through, and then you comment, it should stick, is what I'm being told. I'm sorry about Diesel. He's barking for his daddy because his daddy walked outside. Ryan had a really long week. That's why he's not on tonight. He's just trying to decompress. I want to go back up. Yeah, Free Hanley made. I'm trying to find a bigger channel that may want to host one. Let me know. Keep me posted. Absolutely. Let's see. We just moved up from Florida. Hot and humid plus the hurricanes. Yeah, for sure. Although in South Dakota, we have blizzards that kill cattle. So seriously, I mean, we had one, what was it? Arc? I'm going to look it up. You know me, guys. I can't ever remember this stuff. But wow, it's really cool. We got 10 people in here. That's really cool. I think it was Blizzard R. Hang on a minute. I'm looking it up. South Dakota Blizzard. So there was a blizzard. I'm just pulling up the name of it. I don't have the name of it. But yeah, in 2013, there was a blizzard that came up, and I'm reading this from my phone so that way, let's see. All right, so this was dated October 10th, 2013, and it said there was a blizzard. It was an early blizzard that caught ranchers off guard and killed as many as 20,000 head of cattle. How crazy is that? Because the snow came down and stuff. And the name of the storm was Atlas, Blizzard Atlas. Can you imagine that? Crazy. I couldn't imagine all that money put in cattle and, losing that. I mean, that's huge, Let's see. I want to go back. Yeah, no problem, Free Henley Maid. Come back when you can. No worries. And yeah, that is a long swim, Daz. That is a long swim. If we were closer, yeah, it might get you out of the house. You know what, Daz? One step at a time, my friend. One step at a time. Just know that you're loved. And let's see. Ooh, Country Mama Musings here. Thanks for coming. Super excited to have you here, Alicia. We were just going to talk about Daz swimming across the pond to come and visit us. So we're really glad you're here. Lots of love right back at you, Alicia. Hey, Nancy at Our Treasured Home. Welcome, welcome. Glad to have all of you here. This is so cool. Hey, Blanche Promised. Welcome, welcome. I hope your ears are burning because, all right, a couple of you guys I was talking about in here, and Daz is going to keep putting your links up because I want to make sure we all support each other. Okay, so Blanche, this is why I was talking about you. I don't know if it's Monica or Eric, so I'm going to say, hey, Monica and Eric. But look at this. Oh my gosh, I got to show you this boy. There's Diesel. This is what he does when you're not looking. This is what he does. He's a bulldog. He does not know how to release. That's all he knows what to do. You go, boy. Anyway. So yeah, look, now I have the toy. Diesel, come up here. Come say hi to everybody. Come on. I'm gonna see if I can get him up here. Come on, Diesel. Oh, hi. Say hi to everybody. Say hi. That's it. That's it. You're done. Is that it? You're done? And there he goes. Thanks for putting up with me with little Diesel there. He's just too cute. What a bulldog. I forgot what I was saying. Okay, Bland's Promise Ranch. That's right. So, Monica and Eric, I just saw your video and I was watching part of it. I didn't get a chance to finish it because we came on the live. But you put out a video on how to choose the right bull. Kudos. Kudos. That's what I'm going to say because it is so important. And I think people just don't realize. Now, I don't have a bull, okay? But I'm also not dumb. I also know that bulls, you have to pick the right bull. You don't want a bull that's mean. You don't want to have that trouble. You've got your kids around. So kudos to you guys. I hope tons of people watch that video because I have watched other videos of homesteaders on YouTube not be as mindful and educated about large livestock animals. And the reality of it is we all need to remember their animals. So I think that's real important. So kudos to you, Blands. I hope that that video goes viral because I thought it was amazing, like all your videos. And the other thing was Country Mama. She put out an awesome video of her donkey, mini donkey, giving birth. And it was so fabulous because I love that she didn't want to get in there. She didn't want to interfere with nature. And yet at some point she had to because, it's important. And just one quick little action and everything was over and everything was beautiful. So I think it's amazing. I could listen to Country Mama talk all day long because she is wonderful. So what else is going on with you guys? Daz is doing the moderating. Everybody, round of applause for Daz again, just because he's been doing such an amazing job. I am so grateful to Daz for doing this for us tonight. We really thank him for doing that. And yeah, Monica and Eric, exactly. We try to educate through the videos because we have to give back to the next generation. Exactly. Exactly. And I think that's so important. And I was talking about that earlier before some folks were in. I was like, we really are, it just feels so good. You don't think that people will get something out of your video, but then you do it and somebody comments and says, wow, I didn't know I had to do that when looking for a bull. Or I didn't know that when my mini donkey's given birth, I needed to help with something, so that way it could breathe and not suffocate. I needed to remove the sack from over its face. I mean, that's just really, really cool. That's what I love about this community. We learn so much from each other. I do want to say one thing. All you folks on here have amazing, amazing gardens, okay? My garden looks terrible. We bought a soil test. Poor Ryan is an amazing gardener. He is. He's great. He's always had beautiful gardens in Connecticut when we lived there. And it's just like this. I don't know what the heck is going on. We put amendments in the soil. We put sheep manure. We put cow manure. We put coffee. We put eggshells. We put compost, all that stuff. And it's just not doing great. But here's the other side of it. Believe it or not, it's only mid-June. It's only mid-June in South Dakota. So you know what that means? Everything will be blossoming beautifully in August. And then we'll get snow mid-September like we did last year. I couldn't believe that. We got so much snow. It was wild. I think we got about, 8-10 inches of snow or more. I can't even remember. But so that's all right. We'll stick with the animals. We're doing good. Wanted to give you guys an update too. I know I'm all over the place. I apologize. That's what happens when I'm tired. Hey, YouTube, Bloomin' Red Pill Girl. Really glad you came. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, country mama. Don't let it break your heart. We're okay. I promise. We'll just stick with, we'll do it anyway. We're going to do it every year. We're going to do it every year. We finally got our leggy seedling problem solved. We've got most beautiful seedlings ever. We got our heat mat and everything. Beautiful, beautiful. But then, we put them outside. They don't do as well. So we'll see. I love our garden until I see others. For everything, there is a season. Exactly, Andale. I couldn't agree with you more. In our treasured home, I'm not a gardener, but I try. Nancy, you have a really cute little garden. I think it's awesome. I was watching your video earlier. But yeah, so update on the girls. I wanted to give you an update on the chickens. So a couple weeks ago, we took the teenagers out of the meat bird coop. And when everybody was asleep in the main coop, we put everybody up on the roost. We closed the door and everybody woke up together. So the next day, we had the littles in one corner and the big girls all out in the roost, and they were doing great. So over time, we had a few picks. I posted on Instagram. My big girls were a little bullying, but nobody was picked to the point where we had an issue. Like, it was just picks here and there, no big deal. They were separated. And I think right now what they're doing is, I feel like I have two flocks. I have one that goes out and they roam around, and I have the other ones that kind of stay near the coop. But, we're making sure that everybody's doing well. But I think it's getting better over time. Bye, homesteading pastor. Thank you so much for coming. We appreciate you. So yeah, and I think that speaks to Alicia's comment. Actually, it was about the garden. She said tenacity is a great characteristic to have, makes us stronger. Yeah, same thing with the chickens. I decided you guys are all going to get along and you're going to figure it out, and they did great. So I'm really happy about it. I think as they're together, they'll start to mesh and get a little more used to one another. I mean, they went from 11 to 25 in one coop. Still plenty of space for them, but I think that's really cool. Excuse me. I just want to go back up. Yeah, River Rock, we definitely do harden them good before letting them out. we definitely do that. We actually are very cautious how we harden, and I'll tell you why. Because what we found in South Dakota is when you take your seedlings and you go to put them out in the spring, the sun is so strong it will burn them. And I haven't had that problem before because I don't think the sun was as intense. So what we do is we put them out like an hour at a time, then a couple hours, and then we gradually build up and we harden them off because we have the cold nights. But at least now we've had really warm nights. But anybody raising Cornish cross in here? I'm just curious because we've got those Cornish cross, and like I said, and I'm sorry, I got to put my hair up, it was falling down. We have those Cornish cross, and they are, let's see, Friday of Memorial Day weekend, because I want to know if it's premature. Let's see. So Friday of Memorial Day weekend. Oh gosh, they're younger than I thought, and they're pooping like crazy. All right, so they're 3 weeks old, so maybe I'll wait another week. They're only 3 weeks old. I don't know. What if I put them out at 3 weeks? You think that's bad? 3.5 weeks, like over the weekend. It's supposed to be in the 90s here all week, and 90s, and let's see what kind of nights we're going to have. The lowest it's going to be is 46 on Saturday. After that, it's going to be in the mid 50s and above. So I just know that they're a finicky or fragile breed. So I was just curious. Bye, Mon's Family Homestead. Thanks for coming. We appreciate you. I'm just making sure I get to the bottom of all the comments. So yeah, so we've been enjoying that. The Cornish cross, we ended up turning the heat lamp off because they were sweating, which was kind of weird. We have them in an insulated room in the back of our garage, and for those of you that are new here, so usually that works well in the wintertime because it keeps it pretty warm, but then it ended up getting so warm, and then we had to open windows and everything and open the garage door. So we turned the heat lamps off, and they seem to be doing great. So I'm figuring 50s at night. Maybe we'll wait another week, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. It's all good. Andale's in northeastern NC. Neighborhood is called Cape Colony. Wow, that's really cool. Yeah, used to be in Western North Carolina and Asheville. We were outside of Asheville. I hope you guys are checking out the channels in here. I know a lot of you know each other, but like River Rock Homestead, Josh the Homesteader, Bland's Promised Land Ranch, Andale Homestead in the Colony, Country Mama Musings. I said Bland's Promise, My Aussie Garden and Kitchen. Really great channels that are in here. Mon's Family Homestead, Homesteading Pastor, Our Treasured Home. Just make sure you check everybody out. We got to support each other. My Freehandly Made. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anybody. But yeah, so we're doing really good. What are you guys? Oh, Bland's Promise said several of these folks are new for me. That's awesome. Glad to hear. Glad to hear. Yeah, River Rock is really cool. We connected a while back, and it's got some really cool setup with the goats. Their pigs just were sent off, so no pigs for a little bit. You're going to get a video out this weekend? Good, good. Glad to hear it. Yeah, exactly, Monica and Eric. Support one another. Exactly. That's why we do this. You know, if I'm going to come on and do my live, I'm going to promote other people because we're all in this together. And that's what's so important, you know. I'm going to take a drink real quick. But yeah, we got to support one another. We got to do all this. And I don't know, what are some good ideas for videos? What do you think you guys want to see on our channel? Because I like doing the vlog, and I thought of doing a vlog every day, similar to C&J Funny Farm. But I'm, you know, because sometimes we don't always have a project going on. Right now we have the fencing going on, but you know, like I said, tomorrow we're having a cookout, so we won't be doing any projects tomorrow. And usually I like to do, we post twice a week, so I like to do both my videos on the weekend. However, lately I've been trying to do them during the week just because we've had stuff going on. But I just find it easier for myself, like I said. But trying to think of some other ideas. I know, like Country Mama, she does a lot of cooking. She showed how to make those wonderful wax wraps, beeswax wraps, and I think those are fabulous. But for me, sometimes I don't have time for that kind of stuff, or I'm not really that great at it. You know what I mean? So it's not something I want to do a video on because I don't feel I have the expertise. So that's why I try to look at do things that I do know stuff about, you know? So it's kind of challenging. But one thing I will say, the lilacs are finally starting to bloom here. And I can't wait to try Bramble Hill Homestead's lilac jelly and lilac simple syrup. I have been waiting for these to come up so I can do it, you know? Oh, can't wait. You guys got to check out Bramble Hill Homestead. And Daz, if you could put up Bramble Hill Homestead's link, that would be amazing when you have a minute. And yeah, exactly, Alicia. We all have our own niches. And, you know, I like the animals. I like doing things like that. So, you know, I'm going to tell you right now, my biggest excitement is getting the fence done and putting those pigs in. And I wish that we could get that done this weekend, but we got too much going on. Oh, yeah, Erica. Monica and Eric. Erica was a combination of the two of you, okay? Monica and Eric, yeah, failures are okay as well. Absolutely. If you saw our video on, I know it's silly, but if you saw our video on the galvanized waterers, it totally ruined them. You know, I was a proponent of putting all that stuff, the apple cider vinegar and all that in there, and ruin the inside of brand new waterers. So the good news is I wanted to report to everybody, it's working what we did. So if you check out that video, it was awesome. We ended up sanding them down and re-galvanizing them with the coating. So it was really good. It worked out well. So I learned that lesson. So yeah, failure is real important, no matter how big or small. Thanks, River Rock. Appreciate you being here. Yeah, mashup, Erica. That's what I'm going to call you guys on all the lives now is, hey, it's Bland's Promise Ranch and Erica. Daz, thanks for putting that there. I appreciate it. Oh, Alicia's about ready to strain the lilacs for my honey I infused the other day. Ooh, that sounds exciting. Yeah, I'm going to try that too, I think. I have to see how many lilacs I have because I don't know if you saw, I had posted on Instagram. Erin from Bramble Hill posted about doing dandelion jelly. And I said to her, I have one dandelion. It's because of all the pine needles too. So I don't get it. I don't know. I'm cracking myself up probably because I'm so tired. I will do it. I will do it. I did have a question for you guys, though. What do you know about pine needles? What do you know about ponderosa pine needles and what that does for the garden and what that does for animals? I'm just curious because I think I mentioned in one of our videos that ponderosa pine needles were associated with pigs aborting their pregnancies because they eat too many of the needles. So I'm just kind of curious if anybody knows about that. Hey, Free Handly Maid, welcome back. Welcome back. Andale said I canned blueberry jam today for the first time. Afraid it might turn out to be blueberry syrup. Well, if it turns out to be blueberry syrup, you have plenty of it canned. That would be a great video. Like Erica at Bland's Promise Ranch said, you could do a video on failure and how you turn that into a beautiful blueberry syrup. But I hope it didn't. I think that's really cool. Well, thanks, Alicia. You have plenty of dandelions to spare. You know what? I think I'm going to drive over to your house next year and I'm going to get a ton of those. So be prepared. I'm coming to see you next year. The syrup was treasured and used on pancakes. See? Country Mama said, Andale, you just got to pour it all over your pancakes or your dessert. Let's see. Daz said not good for soil, I believe, but great for stuff like blueberries in the long term due to the pH. Good to know. Thank you. Yeah, because we're wondering if the pine needles are the problem in the garden. That's what we think it is. That's what we're starting to think about it. We got to start doing some research on that. Obviously, I haven't had a chance to research it because it was just crazy this week. But yeah, that's a good thing to check out. I don't know enough to say, but pigs are so adorable. I can't imagine anything could stop them. Yeah, Erica, I did it again. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Eric and Monica. Yeah, I see. I said it last week on the live, and I don't mean to repeat myself, but for those of you who are here tonight who weren't here last week, Ryan happened to be thumbing through Facebook, and he had this Kuni group came up on his Facebook feed, and what it had was it talked about somebody said, "Hey, my Kuni pig keeps aborting the pregnancies. Not sure what's going on." All that stuff. And the first question somebody asked was, do you have ponderosa pine trees? And so that's what caught Ryan's attention was he saw this comment and they said, oh, yeah, we do. Why? And they said, because they eat a lot of them. Between that and the pine cones, it can make them abort the pregnancies. So I don't know, I'm just trying to think ahead of time. And I know last week we talked about how we were going to rake out that whole pasture area. I'm just starting to rethink it. I think that if we let them graze on it until the winter time, in the winter time, I can then rake it out before it snows. And I think it might be easier because the grass will be shorter. But yeah, we have a lot of pine needles. The areas where we don't have a lot of pine needles is because we've cut trees down. We have so many tall ponderosa pines. That is all we have here in this corner of the woods for us. So yeah, I mean, that's all we have. And so all summer they're fine. And then after, excuse me, after the winter time, there is a good solid half an inch in a lot of areas on the property. And what we do to prepare for spring is rake it all up similar to leaves. And the reason why we do that is because the dried needles next to the house are dangerous because that's, if somebody, an ember is floating or somebody throws a cigarette out a window by the road, that's where we worry because those dried needles are the ones that will catch on quick. So no feral hogs in the area. No feral hogs at all. Let's see. Daz said, oh, thanks, Country Mama. Welcome, Matt is always at for me. I'm sorry, I'm behind on the chat. I got to go back and check it out. Yeah, Bland's, I was thinking the same thing. I was like, pigs are durable. I don't know why that would do that to them, but I wonder if it's because of the acidity. Daz at my Aussie garden said, from what I understand, pine needles don't do much immediately, but will in the long run as they break down. Okay, that makes sense. That may be what's going on. I think we're doing really good about getting the new pine needles out, but I think the problem is maybe previously there were a lot of needles that broke down in the soil because every year the trees do shed and stuff. Well, let's see here. Yeah, Blands, put the boar in there and let him do the work for you. Yeah. Well, you know what? That's why we're making a space. What we've decided, like I said earlier, is we're going to make the space for Maggie and Winston. And we've decided that we're doing that. And the main reason, obviously, is for them. But the other reason is Maggie and Winston are a breed that they're Mangalitsa Duroc in Berkshire pigs. So what they will do is they root bad, like a regular pig, like a red wattle and all that. They will root. So we're going to put them in the worst part of the pasture. So that way they root it all up. And then that way, when they're processed, we'll be able to rake it out and seed it and then let that go. And then what we plan to do right now is have girls section, boys section, and then have the closest section to where Maggie and Winston are as first of all, one pasture we can rotate to. But when we have a pig that is, ready to give birth, they're gilts now, so they would be sows then when they have a litter. So that way we could put a sow in there with her litter and she's got a nice safe place to be. So yeah, we're definitely thinking of doing that. I'm new on the pig lingo. I'm getting better at it as I go. Let's see. No, we didn't do the soil samples yet. Ryan just bought a soil test kit. So we're going to do that and we're going to see what's going on, and hopefully that'll give us some answers, and then hopefully we can amend the soil better. We just figured, it's a garden, we could amend it, but apparently that's not helping. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah, Ryan just has to take all the trees down. Ryan likes to cut trees. So the problem is we do want a little privacy. But yeah, we have so many trees near our house, it's not even funny. But yeah, the pasture, I figure by the time the pigs are out in the pasture area, whatever trees are there will be dead because they'll have started to chow on them. But yeah, Ryan would be all about clear cutting the property just because, pine trees are shallow rooted. So every time we have those windstorms, we really don't want one on the house. Yeah, Blands, I saw that video where you let the hogs till your garden. That was awesome. That was awesome. Oh, let's see. Just wanted to. Let's see. I want to just take a quick look. Look at everybody saying hi to Lisa Kolovi. She's awesome. She's probably our #1 supporter. And we go way, way back to childhood. I'll leave it at that. I don't want to embarrass her. If you ever need help with the pigs, let us know. We've been raising pigs for a while now. I will definitely let you know. Trust me, I will reach out. I think my biggest thing is, and I'll ask you this question while you're here. We have dewormer and we've used it. And the dilemma that we have now is we have Safeguard pelleted dewormer for Sherman and for Eleanor and Fiona. Our struggle is that we're guesstimating how much Sherman weighs. Not a big deal, right? We'll guesstimate. We feel we're pretty close. Ryan's a good judge of that. But I use the liquid dewormer for Maggie and Winston just because they're larger weight. So it just is a little easier for us to pour into their water. They drink it right up. Whereas Sherman by himself, we feel the pellets, he'll gobble them right down. So I'm just wondering, is there a way that I don't have to mix his feed separate with the wormer pellets so that I get the right ratios? Or is there a way that I can somehow top dress his feed based on his weight? I know that sounds silly and maybe that's a dumb question, but I don't want to have to get yet another container to mix feed in because we have really good metal cans that we have the feed in, which has been really great. And I just don't want to have to get another one. So, and that would just be for Sherman and Eleanor and them. Right now we feed them all out of the same can. I'm just wondering if there's a way I can top dress them. So let's see. Yeah, Alicia, that's a country mama said maybe resort to raised beds and don't use the pine for hugelkultur. Now, here's the ironic part. We have a pine tree. We used some pine. We didn't use all of it. We supplemented it. But we did have some pine trees in the hugelkultur bed. And we had no issues. It's been a really good bed. So we may have to do that. We're thinking about building another hugelkultur bed just because the area in front of our house gets a lot more sun than the side of the house. So I think we're going to try that too. All right, Nancy, thanks for coming. Really appreciate you being here. Have a great weekend. Measure him for weight. Don't guess. Okay, so I agree with that. My problem is the hog tape that we have, he's too small for it. Any suggestions? because I'm kind of confused. I think the hog tape only does 100 pounds or more. He's not 100 pounds. I think he's maybe 50, but the hog tape is too small. And I think hog tapes are universal. I don't think you can get smaller ones. So I'm kind of curious, but I'd love to hear the answer to that, please. And if we need to carry that conversation onto Instagram, or we can do that. We use horse warmer that we put on a piece of bread or a chip and serve it to them directly. It's more controlled and you can see exactly what they eat. Do you mind if I DM you on Instagram and we can talk about this more? Because I think this is really helpful. I mean, obviously, whenever you had a chance to respond, that's fine. Use a piece of paracord and measure them. Okay. Okay, we can do that. Awesome. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's what I'm curious about is, I guess where we lack knowledge is, I know online they talk about using equine warmers, and I've even heard people do that for chickens. I just don't know enough about it, and it makes me nervous because I don't want to poison my animals at the same time. So I've kind of held off and only bought like swine dewormer or something that was multi-purpose. So that's really helpful info. Thank you so much. Yeah, I agree, Daz. Yeah, Alicia was talking about we love our raised beds, so worth the little added effort and expense. Oh yeah, and I'll tell you, the only added expense we had for ours was some of the dirt that we bought, and also we used some, I think the 2x4s were that. So that's a good deal. How do I let you put in one of your videos? You can put in the link. Absolutely. Oh, I got to put you in as a moderator. Let me see if I can figure that out. Okay, Blands, I just put you in. Throw it in there. If it doesn't work, let me know. But I got you in there. But I think I got everybody, right? Yeah, I want to see this. I don't know how I must have missed that video. I want to watch it for sure. But yeah, but I think the biggest thing this weekend we're looking forward to is just having some downtime and enjoying some fun with a local homesteader that's coming over with their family. So we're looking forward to that. Going to have a really good cookout. The weather's supposed to be hot, but beautiful. And we're hoping to be sitting outside and enjoying it. So that'll be really cool. But I think we're going to get going in a few minutes here. Again, everybody give a shout out to Daz for all his hard work moderating. He's done such a great job. Thank you, Daz. We love you. You're awesome. And I just want to say thank you to everybody. You guys take time out of your days to come here and support us. And we try to do our best to get out there and support you guys. And I just can't thank you guys enough. I really, really appreciate you guys. Please check out everybody's channel who's here. There's some awesome channels in here, and we really appreciate y'all. So thank you so much. And make sure you check out their channels, check out ours. And Blands, I'm going to hit you up and talk to you guys to the side. Thanks, Andale. Appreciate you being here, and we'll see everybody next week. Take care, everybody. Thanks. Bye. Good night.